Good morning, YouTube. I know it's been several weeks since I have last posted, and I've got lots of news to share. I have bought a new house that has a wonderful bonus room, which I am working on turning into my new sewing classroom. So I thought I would bring you guys along on the journey with me to show you what I've got, where I'm starting, and through the process of changing this bonus room into my future classroom. So here's the bonus room. It's about 300 square feet. You walk in the door here. Let me turn around so you can see the door. So we've got the door with a window just to the right. Then there's a little space over here. Coming down, there's a big wall space here, which I'm hoping to turn this into my cutting station. This is going to be my ironing station. Coming back, it kind of opens up a little bit. It goes into the kitchen and the rest of the house. But I'm hoping to take my old design boards here against this wall and make it a big design board, inspiration board, project board, a little bit of everything. Door to the backyard. This space I hope to turn into a table area so that I can have sewing machines set up. Coming around, I got another window and a mini split. And here I hope to have display space. You see I've got several bookshelves that are yet to be built. Another bookshelf and a new desk chair I bought. And so I hope to have this area as a space where I can put examples of what we're working on, supplies, kits, and have shelves and some kind of storage area set up to be able to have those projects out and on display. And then by the front door, my goal is to set up a desk and a check-in area there. Right now I've got my old treadle sewing machine table and still have some of my Christmas decorations out. Boxes to put Christmas stuff in, my new mailbox for the new house. But this will be my new entry area to be able to greet people, a checkout station, a place where people can sign up for future classes, and also a payment area. So, one more look around. And the big space from the door. So hopefully on the agenda for this weekend is to work on, Lady Girl says hello too. She's excited for her new house. So hopefully to work on the cutting station and the ironing station and that big vision board's what I'm going to call it, there in the back corner. Those are on my agenda for this weekend. So I will keep you posted as I get more done. Thank you. Okay, so I have, let me back up so you guys can see. I have cut my foam core boards to the size I need to fill the space. The foam core that I have is this 2-inch thick, and I'll show you the back here. I just bought these from Lowe's. They're insulation board. You can see insulation foam board. I had the 2-inch because that's what I needed at my other sewing room, because if you have the 2-inch, you can prop them together and they will stand up. Here, I don't need that. If I was going to buy them, you can get them in like 1 inch, 1.5 inch, and you'll see here that I've got about these are about 2 inches thick. I would not have bought 2-inch thick for here, but it'll all work out fine. You'll even see this piece that I cut off. I had an outlet in that area before, and I had cut a hole so that I could access the outlet. Here, my outlet is in the corner, so I won't wind up with a problem. There's no outlet on this wall. I have previously used duct tape to stick these together. This one, I don't know if you can see it too good. I've just used regular, the wide packing tape is what I've got. That's what I had quick, so that's what I used to tape them together. I taped the seams and I taped across so that when I move them around to wrap them with the flannel, that they'll stay together. And I priced out flannel, and I couldn't really find what I wanted by yardage. So I went to Ollie's this morning, and you'll see I got a set of queen size flannel sheet for just 20 bucks. So I'm going to use the flat sheet and use that to wrap my board, and if my measurements were correct, that will give me exactly what I need. And I picked this light pink color. This one has like mushrooms and leaves, but I don't think the pattern's going to be too much to interfere with my quilt designs as I lay them out. To back up and show you how I started, I laid the boards on the floor and took off the old fabric. Then I cut them to size, taped them together with the packing tape, and then fit them on the wall to make sure that they fit the space exactly like I like it. And then I'll warn you, they do make a mess. You will need to vacuum all these little pieces up in the end. Alright, so my next step, I've taken my flat sheet from the set and laid it upside down on the floor. So this is the wrong side up, and then I took my board and laid it down on top of it. And my next step is going to be to pull the sheet around the board and get it not overly tight, but I want to stretch it pretty tight so that my fabric doesn't sag. And then I'm just going to use my tape and tape it to the back. If I had duct tape, that probably would work better. And I don't know that I mentioned this before. This is just foam board, so it's very easy to cut this with. And I'm sure there's specific tools to help you with this, but this is my tool. Just a big kitchen knife. I used a straight edge and just measured how wide I wanted my boards and then just cut them. So my next step here is to pull the sheet pretty tight around the board and then just tape it on the back. Alright, so you'll see on the far side I have it taped down with duct tape. I just happen to have white duct tape. So what I'm going to do on the other side is gently pull, hope you guys can see, gently pull this one over so I can make sure that it's pretty tight. And then I'm going to put some duct tape on it. Hello, lady girl. You going to come help? I appreciate that. Thank you. So, give it a little bit of a tug to make sure that I've got it pretty tight. And then I'm going to start in the middle. Yes, ma'am. And I'm going to do that all the way down each side. Where you going, huh? Where you going? Are you helping? Come over on this side and help. Sorry, she's wanting to help too. And then I'm going to go all the way down the side. Pull in gently to make sure that it's pretty taut on the other side. And tape it down. And then I'll go back to the middle and work my way to the other. So again, pull it. So you know, I did switch tapes. I was using the clear tape to hold everything together, but I switched to the duct tape because the duct tape wouldn't stick to the fabric to stick it to the foam core. So I dug out my duct tape to make sure everything would stick real good. Alright, now before I do the ends, I'm going to lift it up. Alright, Missy, you gotta move over and make sure that I do have it pretty taut. No big. That's pretty good. And then I'll start on one end. And I'll pull, start in the middle, same as I did the sides. Pull it a little tight and pull it up. Nothing precise, but you do want to make sure that you get it pretty even so that your duct tape doesn't come loose after you've got it hanging on the wall. Coming to help again? You want to come help me? Here, I'm going to kind of fold it under. Because again, nobody's going to see the back side to see, did you get the tape so much, spaced perfectly even? Is it beautiful? Because it's not. They're only going to see the front side, which is the fabric. Alright, we're going to move this way. Alright, I'm going to do this side. I'm going to move to this side. It's got to be in the middle of everything. It's got to be in the middle of everything. Okay, and again, fold the corner so that it's pretty tight. Maybe I need to do that one side again. There we go. Now, I'm going to do the same thing for the other end. Alright, here I am with the last edge, and I'm going to do the same thing like I did on the side. Pull just to make sure that flannel sheet is kind of taut on the front. And I'll start in the middle. And kind of work my way to one end. Yeah, easy. Flip over on me. That's alright. Got it? Alright, and again, do the best you can with the corner. Nobody's going to see it from the front. Just make sure everything's as flat as it can be. And there's no big bunches of anything. And that you still keep everything kind of taut. Now, put one in. Now, I'm going to slide back over and do the same thing going to the other corner. slide. Whee! How's that? Is that good? She has to be in the middle of everything, you know. Get another piece there. And then I will try to do the best I can with the corner. There. Hmm? Tuck that in and get this corner without making it too bulky. Okay, there we go. We got the whole thing duct taped down. So let's lift it up and see what it looks like in place. All right, come here, Missy. Let's see what we got. Okay, so I lifted it up and just pushed it into place. And there is my new design wall idea board. What do you think there, lady girl? Does it look good? So you'll notice all I did, I haven't attached it to the wall yet, but all I did, it's wedged between the trim and the board. That's the width I cut it. It goes all the way to the ceiling, all the way across, and then I've just got it sitting there. Now I do have it here at the bottom sticking out a little. So what I will do is I will get some, for me, 2.5-inch screws, because remember my board is 2 inches, so it doesn't need to go on the wall too much further. And I'll put a washer on this side so that my screw doesn't go through, and I will screw probably the 4 corners, and maybe 1, maybe 2 in the middle and the 4 corners, and that will hold my board in place. And now I have a big giant bulletin board in pink, and I'll bring you up so you can see the fabric. So it's got like leaves, and there's some mushrooms, and it's just pretty and pink here for my new sewing classroom, and I'm excited to start using that. And thank you guys for hanging out with me while I got my first project for the new sewing classroom done. Alright, so I've got some of my things posted on my board, so I thought you guys might like a sneak peek at how I'm going to use it. So you'll see I've got patterns, and I've got some cute little pins, but I've also just got regular push pins here. I've got patterns. I've got some of my favorite pictures of my boys who are all grown now. I've got patterns, ideas I want to, but also one of the main reasons I wanted to use the flannel is, if you look, I've got some 2.5-inch squares here, and they will just stick to the flannel. So I could arrange them, I could put blocks up, I could arrange patterns. So this board could be very versatile. I could use it for all kinds of things. I can have it for inspiration as well as laying out designs. So I look forward to using this in my classroom. Thank you guys for watching. Join us next time, and don't forget to like and subscribe.